Hello everyone, my name is Arya Ajay Kurchatkar and I am a legal intern at Lexan Company. I'm also a student of 4th year BLB course from GR Kare College of Law, Margao, Goa under Goa University. Today I'm going to be talking on the topic of res judicata, and the purpose of making this video is to spread awareness about the concept of res judicata under the Code of Civil Procedure Act 1908. So, the rule of res judicata is based on the maxim nemo debet lees vexari pro una et ende causa. That is, no one ought to be troubled twice for one and the same cause and interest re publicae ut sit finis litium. That is, it is in the interest of the state that there should be an end of lawsuit. Thus, the rule of res judicata is based on two principles, namely public policy, that is, there should be an end to litigation, and secondly, to avoid hardship on the individual. Res judicata means a thing adjudicated, that is, an issue that is finally settled by judicial decision. The rule of res judicata, as laid down in section 11 of the CPC, is as follows. No court shall try any suit or issue in which the matter directly and substantially in issue has been directly and substantially in issue in the former suit before the same parties or between parties under whom they or any of them claim, litigating under the same title in a court competent to try such subsequent suit or the suit in which such issues has been subsequently raised and has been heard and finally decided by such court. Section 11 is in its terms not exhaustive and is not the sole repository of the principle of application of res judicata. The doctrine of res judicata or estoppel by record is not a mere technical doctrine, but is a fundamental doctrine of all courts based on the twin principles that there must be an end to litigation and that men should not be vexed twice over the same cause, which was held in Magraj Kalla versus Kajodi Mal. It will be sheer abuse of the process of the court to raise at such successive stage different pleas to protest the proceedings or to drive the parties to multiplicity of proceedings. It would be fair and just that the parties raise all available relevant pleas in the suit of the proceedings when the action is initiated and the omission thereof does constitute constructive res judicata to prevent rising of the same at a later point of time. Therefore, it must be demanded that they are to be waived. This is held in P.K. Vijayan versus Kamla Shima Amma. In a decision to put forth to canvass a plea of res judicata, the opposite party has got a right to say that the decision relied on the purpose of res judicata is a decision obtained under fraud, and if he can establish the fact, the decision cannot be used for the purpose of invoking the doctrine of res judicata. Kipatel Bapu versus Kizake Muhammad, where the appellate himself files application for divorce in family court, he cannot take advantage of his own action to urge that said court has no jurisdiction to entertain application, which was held in Manoj Tripathi versus Mayarani Praharaj. The essential conditions, there are 5. So the following conditions are essentials in order that the rule of res judicata and its principle may apply. The matter directly and substantially in issue in the subsequent suit must be directly and substantially in the issue in the former suit. The former suit must have been between the same parties or between the parties under whom they or any of them claim. Such parties must have been in litigation under the same title in the former suit. The court trying to former suits must have been in court competent to try the subsequent suit or the suit in which such issue is subsequently raised. The matter directly and substantially in issue in the subsequent suit must have been heard and finally decided in court in the first suit. Explanation 1 to section 11 shows that it is not the date on which the suit is filed that matters, but the date on which the suit is decided, so that even if suit was filed later, it will be a formal suit if it has been decided earlier. So please do like, share, subscribe, and comment on my video. And do like and subscribe my channel Lex Click, and make sure to press the bell icon to get notifications when we post a video. Also, please give me your feedback on this video and previous videos, which you can see on this YouTube channel. Also, if you have any questions related to this video or previous videos, please post it in the comment section below. I will reply as soon as possible. Lastly, this video doesn't solicit any type of promotion or advertisement as per the guidelines of the Bar Council of India, and the sole purpose of making this video is for educational purposes only. Thank you.